And we're back with another episode of the Mike and Sully podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sully. And we're very excited to be back for episode 5 of season 3 now. And we want to say Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Because this realistically should be our Halloween episode.
Yeah.
We're going to release it on Halloween to scare some people.
Nice.
I actually just realized one of the bits I had planned was to, instead of like starting with "and we're back," I was just going to say "boo." Because I was hoping to scare you primarily. But if you haven't noticed, we are wearing costumes today.
Yeah.
And we decided to take on the appearance of our fellow co-host.
So if you can't tell, he's a pilot with the white mustache, the old white man mustache.
I left it on the... It's Moose.
It's actually Moose. Hey, little touch-ups. And a sailor's cap, but
I got it stuck on half. Shoot. But yes, this is supposed to be a white mustache for Captain Sullenberger.
Yes.
And also, this is my sailor's cap that is supposed to be a pilot's hat, which is pretty close.
Yeah.
And then you...
And I'm wearing a green shirt with a big eyeball on it, because I'm Mike.
Oh, it's one in my nose. I think I'm just going to wipe it off now.
Yeah, I think that's good.
So sorry for not sticking with the bit, but...
It's getting worse and worse. Good.
So to our audio listeners, you guys are just a little bit behind for this episode because there's a lot going on visually.
Yeah.
As we embrace.
Studio is also dressed up in costume.
Yes.
You'll notice that we have a different backdrop.
Yeah.
We'll put on a little outfit.
Little fireplace.
A little cozy.
Yeah. It's an ode to what fall and Halloween should be.
Nice.
Tucked in, nestled in a nice home, with your green pals. But yes, and I just want to make a quick announcement that we are a podcast that recognizes that red rum backwards is murder. Fun fact.
That's good. I've not.
I was hoping our live audience would react a little more on that one. That was a callback. We watched The Shining today.
Oh.
And,
wow, today.
Today.
I guess it is weekend.
Yeah, earlier today. Watched The Shining, and yeah, at one point, spoiler alert, one of the characters keeps repeating red rum, red rum.
Wow.
And it's like, why? And then they write it out, and then it's in a mirror, and then it says murder.
Wow.
Palindrome, but not really.
Taco Cat. Oh, wait, that's...
Taco Cat is a palindrome. Yeah. Red rum is not. No. So, but yeah, that's a thing. I wanted to call out that in the spirit of Halloween, we watched The Shining.
That's like the Harry Potter and the Basilisk.
Oh, yeah. What a stupid... Like, his parents knew that was going to happen. Yeah. And named him that.
Right. Did you know, in different languages, because obviously Spanish is different, they have to give him a different middle name so they can get letters in there
right.
to make it work.
That'd be so funny if he ended up with just some insane middle names to make the spelling work.
He gets like Dumbledore's middle name.
Yeah. Brian. Well, yeah, so we're very excited to have a Halloween themed episode for all you Halloween fanatics out there. So we've got a cozy fall mug over here. I've got some water off to the side because we are sitting right in front of a fireplace, so we'll see how long I survive in a suit jacket. But yes, we're quite energized. And actually, to throw you off, I want to start off with a very scary story. Actually, if you wouldn't, if you want to hear it, scary stories to tell in the dark.
Dim the lights.
Yeah, dim the lights, please. Actually, just last night, we tried to watch The Shining.
Oh, okay.
And we didn't successfully make it through because I had an early onset panic attack. Oh. And it wasn't a full panic attack, but it was not great. So I was like, pause the movie.
Right.
Let's go relax in another room.
That's good.
So we hung out, and then finally it was bedtime, and then I went to bed for about 45 minutes. and then woke up, and then I was having a real panic attack.
Oh no!
Yeah, this all happened. And what I said to Celia was, we got to stop scheduling to record on Saturdays because each time I've had something horrible happen.
Jeez.
But fought through it today.
Okay.
Feel good.
Good.
Feeling better. But yeah, it was awful. It's only the second true panic attack I've ever had.
And the other one was the other time, or?
No, well, that wasn't so much a panic attack. That was just my face was feeling really weird. Yeah, health crisis. This was like the only other panic attack I had was when I was still living with my mom, and yeah, I woke up and just was like having like I couldn't catch my breath, and I was pacing, and like I had this strategy because shout out to mom if you're listening, but she's a she wakes in a very aggressive manner if you wake her up when she's not expecting to be awoken.
Yeah.
So I had this strategy where I'm literally pacing, having the first true panic attack of my entire life. But she's dealt with these in her life, so I instead of going upstairs to like wake her up and like get her help, I call her like 5 times until she finally woke up and answered. So it was more of a natural, like I just wanted the ring to wake her up instead of me doing it.
Yeah.
She's like, "What?" I said, "I'm coming upstairs," and then I did. And yeah, we got through it. But no, last night was rough. I was like, I'm having a panic attack. And then, yeah, like just the classic, I complained about how, why are the symptoms of a panic attack symptoms of me dying? Yeah. Can't catch my breath. My chest is tight. Yeah.
Enclosing on itself.
Yeah. It's like, come on. Yeah. Why can't a panic attack just be like, just sweat or something? At least one
differing, like...
Yeah. Yeah, literally. Your pinky turns purple. Like, oh, okay, I'm having a panic attack.
Okay, just panic,
great. Yeah. But that was terrible. It was terrible. And I wanted to save that story until right now to catch you off guard.
Lasted the whole evening.
It seemed just fine. Yeah. But yeah, that happened. So if our fans are out there struggling with anxiety, good luck.
You have no advice.
Well, that's actually, so yeah, my plan, because I mean, we've detailed, I think it was in season 1 where I detailed like my MRI and stuff I've done. And but I'm approaching it with new fervor now to get my issues figured out. Okay. So that's my new step is going to be, I already messaged my primary care doctor this morning, and I was like, hey, he previously, like 2 years ago now, had prescribed me anxiety meds, and I just didn't like taking anxiety meds, so I didn't take them. And like I dealt with chronic but like not too terrible symptoms, so I didn't really think it was the end of the world until you don't think it's the end of the world until it's the end of the world. And so I never took them. So then I messaged him this morning. I was like, hey, I had already coincidentally set up a meeting with him, or an appointment for December, because that's how awful our medical system is that I can't see my primary.
A year and a half ago,
right? Yes, good. Yes. No, only a week ago, fortunately. But yeah, so I got that scheduled for December, and then all this happened. And I was like, okay, I'm going to message him, see if he's willing to, because the prescription's gone now, because I just have never refilled it, basically. So I said, hey, are you comfortable basically re-prescribing this so I can start on it? By the time I get to my appointment with you, I might be able to tell you if I've noticed any good things or bad things from taking it. Because I figure, hey, if the medicine works, both on the anxiety side and the physical manifestation side. And again, if any of this is confusing the viewer or the listener, go listen to just all of season 1 and 2, and like randomly throughout those, I feel like I've discussed all my trauma with anxiety and stuff. So I won't get into it in this episode, but yeah, the whole plan is to like basically attack it with new energy and just figure it out. Like no penny spared. There will be a link for my GoFundMe. Just kidding. But no, I do want to like take it like all the way to the end zone this time, where it's like, hey, if the meds aren't working, set me up with a specialist. Like I want to see a neurologist, all this stuff.
Well, I'm cheering you on, because I have to say, fighting for your health like that is hard to do.
It is.
And I think as we get to like our mid-20s and stuff, we're kind of... getting to our late
we're
20s. We're growing up, and we have to we're recognizing that there's problems that need to be addressed. And in my experience, you kind of have to fight for answers and really speak up for yourself, and it's hard to do.
Yeah.
So I would be cheering you on.
Thank you.
That's great.
Well, and as you get older, I feel like a lot of the smaller, acute stuff feels bigger. Stuff in your teens, if you feel something, you're probably just I'm invincible, whereas suddenly I'm not feeling as invincible as I once did. So
it's a bummer when that change happens.
So yeah, I mean, the killer is when in the place we used to live when we first started this, the Egyptian doctor I had, he actually was pretty sick. He's the one who was really quick to set me up with the MRI and stuff. And so I kind of miss him. He didn't. No, he was just a young. I think he had the energy I wish I had for solving it. Right. He was I guess I can put this to the side. But yeah, he was a really cool guy. Yeah. So I'm hoping my primary now is a nice enough guy. He's kind of older and a little quirky, but I don't know. Yeah. I think you can't tell me no if I say can you give me a referral to some, or I guess he could tell me no, but at that point I drop him. If you can't fix it, I need to talk to someone else. Yeah. So anyways, quick aside from Halloween things, although that was still supposed to be kind of spooky.
It was spooky. And I'm sure it was extra spooky last night.
Yeah, it was oddly I don't know if anyone else have you ever had a panic attack? So I don't know if anyone listening will empathize with this or feel like they've experienced this too. Obviously, during the panic attack, it's terrible. The come down off a panic attack, in a weird way, feels kind of nice because you're so exhausted and tired that you just kind of I was excited to finally go back to bed. So I just felt I was so tired after it had only been 20, 30 minutes, but it just felt
you're so high energy.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a weird, you hate the during, but then the afterward almost feels well, I mean, it is. It's literally a relief. You're finally kind of through it. So a lot of deep breaths, a lot of, hopefully Celia's okay. We have a live audience, by the way. Celia's doing a puzzle off to the side. Celia was, the perfect helper I could have asked for during this. But one funny story that we actually talked about on the drive out here was how, I'm pacing all over the place. She's just following me, making sure we're going to be okay, reassuring, all that stuff. We go out onto it was a lovely fall evening in terms of it was raining a little. Right. And it was cold, fresh air, or a little bit of rain. So the atmosphere was very soothing actually. And so we go out onto our little patio and so I don't remember how it happened, but one of us opened the door and then went out onto the patio, and then I'm trying to take deep breaths out there, but of course I'm only expressing things here and there. I'm not being super communicative because I'm focused on my breathing and stuff. And Celia, being just I guess more aware of the environment and stuff like that, she goes to close the patio door, and of course I then felt super claustrophobic, so it was just this funny moment where she closed it and I just kind of went, oh, and then I just reopened it. And I was actually, that's the one thing I would like to keep open, please. So then, I was literally in and out of our living room out to the patio a handful of times, just breathing. So imagine me having that panic attack and hearing the siren song that you had in your backyard.
Yeah, we were having dinner and the craziest mer people
really was
from the forest were calling to us. It drew all of us out to the back porch to just listen for 5 minutes.
There's a part, it was so ethereal. Part of me thinks it was a recording playing over a speaker. Yeah. Someone had just looked up on YouTube fairy song. Because it was
what?
It was beautiful sounding. It wasn't someone trying to sing and you could tell it was bad. If it was a real person, they need to be on American Idol now. Get everyone in America in a trance.
Where's Simon Cowell?
Yeah. He's immune because he's British. Is he British? Yeah. Okay, sure. Isn't it kind of weird that Piers Morgan was on Britain's Got Talent? Well, he's I don't know, he just... this is not a political podcast, but...
Was he political?
Yeah, very. But he like a decade ago or more, he was more like a funny guy who was on like he was a judge on like Britain's Got Talent.
But like, isn't that how it is with a lot of
Yeah, I
politics
guess you're
stories?
right. Yeah,
Or like the people that we
that we thought were funny are now our politicians.
yeah.
That's true. That's true. And at this point, we'd like to welcome on. That would be crazy. Well, it made headlines. It was literally a breaking news story on my work laptop. When I just opened like Microsoft Edge, it just shows a bunch of news stories. And one of them was literally, it said breaking news, and it said Donald Trump agrees to record Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, wow.
Like that was breaking news. It just released, I think, like yesterday or the day before. It's like a 3-hour listen. Just so we can become famous. Yeah, I will sell out so fast. Get Trump. Come on in. We'll give you softballs. How do you think that dynamic would go? First of all, is he sitting in between us?
He'd have to be. Hard to sit.
Oh goodness.
Far away could I sit?
Yeah. Again, this is not a political pod. It's more just it is. And I'm sure Donald would love to talk about that. So Donald, how is your New Testament reading going this year?
Honestly, probably better than
It might be. It might be. Yeah. Wow. If you guys have any guests that you know that want to come on, because it is election season, so voting will be happening within the next 2 weeks or so. So we could, if you get a hold of us soon enough, we could probably get an episode out with your message. Yeah. Yeah. So Halloween.
Right, Halloween.
Halloween themes. One of the first things I think we wanted to talk about was costumes.
Yeah.
And kind of walk the audience through our favorite costumes, older costumes. I personally did not prepare very well for show and tell, but I was thinking this could be a fun episode to try my editing skills at like actually embedding, like basically if I talk about a certain costume, I could have it appear like right there on the screen.
Yeah, because I have some costumes I want up.
Okay, so I'll see if I can figure out how to do that. Yeah. I think it's possible. So we'll work on that.
I feel like you could do that. Yeah.
I hope so. But so that's a thing, and we want to talk about that. So do you want to start us off with a favorite costume?
I was actually just going to go chronological.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And I don't remember all of them.
I definitely don't. I maybe have 4 tops. Those weren't Halloween costumes, though. Those are just me. Yeah, it literally was.
Well, the first one I remember, I believe I was a tiger.
Okay.
It was a hand-me-down costume.
I'm just picturing, there's a picture of me in a tiger costume that I think you have on your phone.
I think I do.
That's like the exact pose I do.
We'll put it right here.
You have her right here.
I think it was a tiger or maybe like a leopard. Like it was some type of big cat thing. And it was a hand-me-down. I didn't choose that one. I was too small. Do you remember your first one? Do you want to go back and forth?
Oh yeah, that's probably good. The first costume I can remember, I think I was Bob the Builder.
Nice.
And there's a picture of me that I can vividly picture right here. Just kidding. That one definitely. My mom has this one. It's a picture of me with someone who I think might have. They were dressed up as like a Seattle Mariner. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping it wasn't. In my head, I remember it being Ichiro, but it was a white man, so maybe he shouldn't have been Ichiro. But I digress. I was Bob.
Ichiro was the hero back then, though.
I know. Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. So definitely Bob the Builder. I had like a little hard hat on. That's and then a tool belt.
Nice.
Yeah.
How old do you think you were?
In that one, I would think I was like 4. How old were you for the tiger?
Well, that one I was like teensy. I was.
Okay. 2. Wow. See, so I'm already ahead.
But the next one, because then there's a big gap. I can't remember, and I only know that one from a picture. So the next one I remember, I was a cheerleader.
Okay.
And I had like a pink, like it had the Barbie bee on it, like I was a Barbie like cheerleader. Wow. And it was pink, and I chose that because my older cousin Aaron was
foreshadowing. that you were going to be a
cheerleader. Yeah, really fits my personality. No, my older cousin was going to be a cheerleader that year. And her mom was making her like a homemade UW cheerleader costume.
Oh my God.
And it was super cool. And I said, oh, I want to do that. And then I got a little Barbie cheerleader.
B.
Yeah. And there's a picture of me and my brother, and he's dressed up as a pilot.
Oh, wow. Okay. See, so. And some instances. Okay. What's another one I can remember? I don't want to jump ahead too far, but like the next one I can think of is I was Batman. And I know you definitely have this one. It was like a old school Batman costume, cowl with really pointy ears, I guess they would be. But and then a chest piece that puffed the chest for like muscle. So it's like the classic like gray suit and then the Batman insignia. And then like a muscly chest and muscly arms. And then pants of some sort. I don't really remember, but I think I had a tool belt again. A lot of tool belts.
Tool belt with your Batman costume?
Well, like, like a Batman tool belt. Like he refers to it as his tool belt.
I didn't know that.
No, he's all the architecture Batman.
That's good.
But yeah, that was another one I can remember.
Mine from like ages 8 to...
do we have a repeater?
I was just getting there, but you interrupted me.
Well, I was
To
concerned.
probably 14 was a variation of a soccer player.
Oh my!
Like a soccer player, a referee, a soccer ball.
Right.
Just rotated through those for years.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Up until I think 9th grade.
Creative.
8th grade. Yeah. I changed the costume every year. But same idea.
Okay.
A lot of referee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it just because you were actually you loved that, or you just were being lazy?
No, I love that.
Yeah, do
you not know my childhood that I wore a soccer jersey every single day of school?
No, I did not know that.
Every single day, my entire...
That sounds cozy.
It was great.
Yeah, okay.
My entire closet was just like different jerseys.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that covers a lot of years. What about you?
I can give you maybe a couple to bridge that gap in years. 1 year... This would have been trying to make sure I get the years right. Because there was 1 year where I was Danny Zuko.
Nice.
And
Classic.
Another girl in class. Right. Yeah. We might have talked about this on the pod, actually. But, Cecilia's upset off screen. But yes, coincidentally, the girl I sat next to in class, dressed up as Sally. Is that her name? Summer?
Sally, no? Sandra?
Sandy. Because her name, well, I don't want to out her, but in real life, if you're watching this, you're married and in Europe. And I think we had to take a picture together because our moms were so ecstatic that we happened to dress up the same. And that's just, insert a picture here of, I will go to great lengths to get this picture because I hate it. It's a picture of my brother who dressed up as like the tacky tourist costume, I'm pretty sure, where he's wearing glasses and then a visor, but it's like a zoomed in, it's like a pretty close up picture of us. He's leaning in to kiss me, like on the cheek. And then I have my hair like greased back and I've got the leather jacket on and I'm like avoiding his kid. This wasn't a planned photo, by the way. It's not like he just happened to think it was funny. He did it. Yeah. And then the picture was snapped. And so it's like this picture of him trying to smooch me on the cheek. And I'm like backing it, but it's like my chin is like, like pulling into my, I had like triple chins. That just does damage to like a 5th grader's psyche in like a photo.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was
my junior high yearbook. There's a photo of me doing multiple chin on purpose.
Right.
So
you were into that. You talk about comfortable in her own skin.
Especially back then.
Back then.
The confidence of that junior higher. Crazy.
I was trying to remember. There was another one when I was a little bit younger, and I refused to go trick-or-treating one year, but we had this awesome raccoon costume. And like and I don't even know when we got it, but like I know it wasn't bought for me, but like first of all, who gets a raccoon costume?
I feel like a lot of costumes. You had a bunny costume?
It's what happens when you have like four total kids in a family, I feel like. And just, eccentric parents. But yeah, we had a raccoon costume and it was so awesome. It was very fuzzy and warm and it had it was just like a gray, basically just like a gray sweatsuit with a tail and then the head came over the top. So like it just rested here and then it was just a raccoon's face. Yeah, and the nose. Yeah. And then but I loved that. Loved that costume. Like I would wear it casually sometimes. And this particular Halloween, I refused to go trick or treating, and my parents were upset with me for refusing to go, and so I spent the night like sad in my bedroom in the raccoon costume.
Wow,
it's a real story.
How old do you think you were?
That was maybe like 7 or 8. Like I was young. I know I was young. Like an age group where my siblings had friends that they were going trick-or-treating with.
Oh, right.
So, but like I was too young to like go out on my own kind of thing. So this whole thing.
Tough.
Yeah.
My brother never ever wanted to go trick-or-treating. Oh. Like he did that one pilot costume when he was probably 5 or 6, maybe. I don't know. And I think that's the last time he dressed up.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
He always just hung out at home.
Did he hand out candy at least?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had to go along.
There was something things that encapsulate fall to me include a very specific memory of sorting through Halloween candy, doing some homework, and because this particular year Halloween had fallen on a Sunday, so it was Sunday night. We had already gone trick-or-treating. We were sorting through the candy. We were doing homework. And, like, a Sunday night football game was on.
Wow.
And it was just, like, very... Like, in my head, I picture that, and I just think, like I can almost smell that.
You're back.
I'm back. Yeah. So
that's nice.
That's a very nice memory. And then I know another year I dressed up as Darth Vader. Right on that age level where maybe I shouldn't have dressed up as Darth Vader. And it was, like, not a good Darth Vader costume. It was like this skin tight, like leotard, basically, with like a printed on, like version of like because he's like a robot kind of guy. So like the buttons and whatever on my chest, and then this mask. So he wears a helmet.
Yeah.
But all we bought was a mask, so it's just like the front of his mask that you then pull back like a band basically, and just put it over your head. So it's not a full helmet. It's just a mask. And then I went to school, and a cape. There was a cape, and then a kid on the playground made fun of me.
Oh.
Yeah, I was a 5th grader, and a 6th grader was like, "That's a stupid costume."
Do you know who that person was?
Not anymore. I probably, if you had asked me maybe 5 years ago, I think I might be able to pull a name out of my pocket, but it's too far gone now. But that one was tough. Like I was very sad the rest of the day. Just really bummed me out because I knew it was a bad costume already. I was just, don't make it worse.
Wow. I don't remember wearing costumes to school.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Every year.
Was that normal? Did people do that?
Or was it just you? No, every year. Like, well, because like the Danny's you go.
I gotta laugh.
Yeah. She knows what I would do. Yeah. You know why people laugh at that? It's because in recent years, I've probably gone to either school or my job in costume on non-Halloween days. So they're just like, is that just something you do? No.
Yeah, I don't remember doing that.
Yeah, I mean, every year, like we would definitely, everyone,
that's cool.
Or most people would. I got to sneeze. Woo! Hopefully I can edit that out. But yeah, almost every year, I think. It would fall on like a weekday, and then
that's cool.
More costumes.
Yeah. Let me just reference. Okay, so I remember in like the 7th or 8th, probably 8th grade.
Okay.
I went as a butterfly.
Oh.
So I like dressed in black. I think maybe there was like a black skirt too, and then I had like wings and like a little band.
Aw.
Yeah, and I walked around, and I had friends over, just a couple, and we walked around the neighborhood.
Wow.
And then after that, I think that was like my last time like going trick or treating. Because then I would start like either working at the church and do like the trunk or treat or whatever, pumpkin patch stuff. And yeah.
Oh. Do you see something on the screen change?
No, but we have gotten word that people think we're shorting out the electricity, and that's why our last podcast went.
Wait, what? Oh, you're right. So I did forget about that. Well, trick-or-treating will be a separate segment in this episode, but I do want to tease that 1,000,000% was not the last time you went trick-or-treating.
You know, as I said, I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah. Because
that was the last time before that.
Right.
So like 8.
And never again after that fiasco. Costume-wise, the only other kind of like ones I would call out was wow, I don't know. I can't think of a single costume during middle school. Like a single one. All of my memories are elementary school based.
Well, and high school and college. You definitely dressed up at college.
College for sure, yeah, but I just didn't want to jump that far ahead. But yeah, I mean,
oh, I forgot.
I rocked a Yoshi costume. Insert picture here. Nice. In college. I don't think I ever wore the Sonic. Oh, I did. Yeah, actually, Sonic costume here. Or check out my Instagram. Please, and tell me what's happening because I haven't been on in a while. And then, can you think of any others? Oh yes, Robert Lewandowski. I shout out to him and Anna.
Always gotta shout out Anna.
Always gotta shout out Anna. She's the true workhorse of that family. Yeah. Okay. Well, then you can
I have so many more. I'm about halfway through my list.
Yeah. Please go.
So once I started working at the church and just like handing out candy, I went with my cousin one year. I went as Grapes.
Grapes. That's a good one. With other people. Oh.
And she went as Banana.
Well, I thought more people were going to be a cluster of grapes. No,
I blew up like a bunch of purple balloons.
Okay.
And pinned them to my shirt.
Okay.
And then I was like, and I
that's
had
good.
Like
that's very good.
Here, so I was Grapes and she was Banana. But
do you know the song "The Fruits of the Spirit"? Did you ever have to sing that one?
For sure.
And do you remember? Like, did you guys do it where it was like there were dance moves associated? Yeah. Oh, because that's what we did for Grape. So it'd be like the fruit of the Spirit's not a grape.
Oh, I
did you ever sing that one? No. Yeah, because it would start with like the fruit of the Spirit's not a coconut. Fruit of the Spirit's not a coconut. You want to be a coconut? Might as well hear it. Because the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. I don't know why I kept going there, but I was just trying to test how much I remembered.
That's good.
But anyways, for Grapes. So we would all, it would be all these kids singing the song, and then for Grapes it would be like, fruit of the Spirit's not a grape, and you'd yell, and then you would run into a bunch of group of people and like, oh, grape.
Wow.
So I thought maybe that's where you were going with that.
That's fun, no.
But I like the balloons.
Yeah.
Wait, did you buy purple balloons or just color balloons?
No, I bought purple balloons.
That's probably a better time saver.
There were so many, I mean, I was covered in balloons.
Okay.
Because I was a whole cluster. I have a picture of that.
Okay, good.
It's 2009.
Okay.
I know that. And
when did Hurricane Katrina happen?
2008.
2005. 2005, we're hearing from the audience.
2005.
Yeah.
Okay. But we were both girl cousins, but people would walk up to the door and they would know that we're like Grapes and Banana, but one person walked up and said, "Hello, Mrs. Grapes and Mr. Banana." And that was tough.
Wow.
That sticks with her. So.
Yeah.
But it wasn't fair because so the costume she was in was a full banana costume in just her face. So it's like not really fair.
Okay.
Like, they couldn't see her face.
That's a classic banana costume. Yeah.
It's a good costume. After that, we went as Cupcakes.
Nice.
Which was really fun. It was a homemade costume, so we took like black paper and we like crinkled it.
These are so creative.
So it went like around us, like around our midriff, and then we had we spray and painted like that fake snow you can get during Christmas time that's like felt-ish, and it's like it's not like the spider web stuff for Halloween, but like it's kind of close.
Fiberglass.
No.
Okay.
I don't think. Anyways, we spray painted that like pink, and we put some sprinkles on it, and we like for a cupcake, and then we had a cherry hat.
Wow, that's very good. That's very good.
And then after that, in the one Halloween party I attended, I went as Chuck Bass.
Yes, I forgot about this.
Picture here. Because two of my other friends were going. They were going as Serena and Blair.
Right.
And I wasn't gonna go. I was like way too cool for that. Yeah. And then I decided to go, and I couldn't be. I wasn't gonna be the younger sister, so I went as Chuck Bass.
You know who I am right now? Chuck Bass's driver.
And then of course Hermione and Luna Lovegood.
Yes, of course.
I definitely liked Luna, like being Luna, better than Hermione because I had like the Quibbler and the glasses,
right?
All the stuff, but
that's fantastic.
And then college was, I went as Medusa,
right?
And then another butterfly to finish it off.
I was hoping when you were telling the butterfly story that maybe for the first half of the day you should have gone as a caterpillar.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really funny. I didn't, though.
I don't know.
Wish I would have. It was a school day, though, so I wouldn't have worn a costume.
What do you mean?
Because I didn't do that. It was more your thing. So I couldn't, like, transition throughout the day because it was a weekday.
Yes.
So I couldn't have really gone as a caterpillar.
That's the thing, though. Like, I'm trying to remember. We did not wear our costumes to high school. This is shocking.
You remember that?
No, I can't. I can't remember a single thing I would have worn. I remember what I wore. One year I went as, and this is a trick-or-treating story, which I won't tell, but my costume was, I was super injury prone.
Yeah.
Like, and that was the bit. That's when I actually learned about bits.
Wait, when was that again?
This would have been like sophomore year. Yeah, we went to I don't have can you write down on a notepad for me? 37. How are we already 37 minutes into this? Well, I guess some of it we're going to edit out because it was the mustache application.
Right.
Anyways, thank you.
And I will say, just actually so you know.
Yeah.
Some of our listeners have been listening to us while they drive.
Oh.
And, like, playing through their car speakers.
Okay.
And there's no warning when we beep something out, and it scares them, and they almost go off the road.
You know what? And I'm sorry to our listeners. I've tried. There are some. I think episode like 1 and 2. I didn't know how to edit the volume of a beep that I inserted. So, listeners, please compare like a beep from episode 3 and 4 to those that you may have heard in 1 and 2, and tell me if it's better. Because yes, 1 and 2, it's so loud because they auto load in at 100% like volume, yeah. And so it's like it'll be us talking, and then whammo, yeah, beep sound. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. Sorry, I'm getting used to the new recording system. Thank you. That is helpful feedback. I am slightly disappointed though. Because these are the things that you guys can email us about, and then I can fix it. Yes. You don't have to go through Sully over a spot of tea. Oh, by the way, I almost crashed. So,
I can think of one costume you wore to high school though.
Yeah, but that wasn't for Halloween.
It's a costume.
Oh, but it was for Halloween because I ran. You're right. Okay. Yeah, I wore an inflatable, it's called the Tacky Tourist. Just the video of me. But it inflates a bunch. But I had turned it in a U.S. history class. I had reformed it to be a Taft on vacation costume, which I thought was funny. And I think I got a good score on it. And speaking of United States history, classes or costumes, just a quick sidebar because this isn't Halloween related, but we did a thing, our teacher had a thing where we would study certain time periods, and then at the end of like the curriculum, we would have like a little party where like we would dress up, and if you dressed up you got extra credit, like a bunch of extra credit. It was way in your favor to dress up. And so like the first quarter or whatever, Professor Snowflake and I dressed up as Panzer tanks from Germany. And you might be saying it's United States history. It was a time period thing. You could just so I had like cut out cardboard boxes with rope that we hung around ourselves, and then these tubes. So we were tanks, and that was good. And then And then the one that probably was one of the worst ones we did in terms of garnering ire from other teachers at the school was Professor Snowflake dressed up as a woman. He threw on a dress, and I don't know if he had a wig or not. And then I laid on like one of those like handyman like car mechanic things that have like wheels on the bottom that can go in any direction.
Yeah.
And then I covered myself, and then I laid on top of that, and then I had a speaker that just played vacuum sounds. And then Professor Snowflake, and like the whole concept was like he was a woman from like a nuclear family in the 50s. And the story from that is so we came in, and in the morning, like I had all the stuff out, and a teacher, I just forgot her name. Not that I would use it, but do you remember who I'm talking about?
No.
Think sneeze. I think me sneezing all over myself.
Oh, got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. So that teacher, she came around. A teacher big on leadership and just kind of intimidating.
A very strong woman.
Strong woman. Yes.
Strong.
And she walked by, and she didn't know what the costume was at first. And so she was just like, whoa, this seems creative. Like, what are you guys? And Professor Snowflake goes, I'm a woman from the 50s vacuuming. And the smile went off her face, and then she just walked away.
Yeah.
So, again,
I can see that.
This is not our commentary on women. It was just a reflection of what was going on at the time. Yeah. There's a particular name. I just can't remember her name. There was a Phyllis something. Write in if you know who this woman was. But that was a not a Halloween costume, but a costume. Sorry.
Yeah, I remember you guys would do those things.
Yeah.
Again, I wasn't in that class, so I didn't get it. But I remember seeing outfits and stuff.
Like, oh, what's going on?
I do remember the woman costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was memorable.
Yeah. Any more costumes from you?
That's all, because I think the last one I did was the butterfly costume.
Oh yeah, the butterfly.
And I think I've just worked most Halloween since then. Or like at least been on call, so I'm not like really planning on being here. But when I am at work on Halloween, I hand out candy too.
That is nice. It's
fun.
Yeah.
A little something.
I was Ted Lasso also.
Oh, nice.
I was Ted Lasso.
Yeah, okay. I was trying to remember.
That was post-college.
I don't know if... I wasn't around that. That's the one I handed out candy to a bunch of people.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went in... I had some friends meet up in where we used to live, and then we went into town, and we actually went out and like just had fun, and I was dressed up as Ted Lasso, and we were leaving one of the bars, and this guy was being super obnoxious, trying to like get in. And like, I don't know if it was like some random person was trying to keep him out or a bouncer was trying to keep him out. But then the person trying to keep the annoying guy out they were like, blow your whistle. Because I had a whistle on me. They were like, whistle that man. And I was like, feels a little dangerous to blow a whistle in a crowded area like this. But it was funny. Really funny. Yeah. So
that's a good one. I liked the Ted Lasso era.
Yeah, that was a good one. I tried to carve a pumpkin that said believe, and I think by the time Halloween came around, it probably just said boo.
Yeah. We did carve though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what mine was. You got a picture of it though.
Yeah.
For sure. And we had spiderwebs up.
We did some good decor.
Lots
honestly.
Of good decor.
And then, because we went out probably on the weekend for Halloween. So then I think I'm pretty sure I was home for actual Halloween. That's what I was thinking. And I had to hand out candy, and we lived in a suburban neighborhood. So there was a solid amount of kids that came by. And it's just funny, like the time period. So like, I think the next year, because I would have had 2 Halloweens.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have. And the second Halloween, I didn't really do much. And so I remember I logged off of work at like 4:30, and I had to take the quickest shower ever because I saw that kids were already out on the streets, and I was like, what are we doing? And then I had to be ready for them to come knock on the door. And it's funny, the waves, so like the kids and their parents come pretty early, like pre-dinner usually, and then like you hit 7, and it's like, and then you hit like 8 or 9, and it's kids that when you open the door and they see you, they probably think you're their age, and then they're uncomfortable and I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah. That's tough.
You know, so like I know for a fact a group of like high school girls came and rang the doorbell, and I was like, this is the worst scenario ever. That's funny. I'm wearing my stupid Yoshi head. They're like, are your parents home? And I was like, I live here. I pay rent here. So, but yeah, so costumes, trick-or-treating is a common thing, as we've talked about. And I think just easiest thing to do here is just to jump into what's your recollection of that night that we went trick-or-treating together? Because it's the only time I've ever gone trick-or-treating with you.
My recollection is I was living with my great aunt at the time, I think.
I believe that's the case.
And she was huge into Halloween. Like, would dress up in these crazy costumes where you couldn't even recognize her. She was a nurse, and she would go to work just like totally. I'll have to show you, but she'd look like a real witch.
Oh wow!
Like Halloween was like her thing.
I love that.
And so she told me to have friends over, and so I did.
Yes.
I had you over and Professor Snowflake. You were injured.
Yeah, super injury prone.
She didn't really get that. And
Professor Snowflake was a concept. He was a
like
Jedi. He was wearing a bathrobe, and then I'm pretty sure. Well, because when did this happen? Did this happen like sophomore year or like senior year?
I can't remember.
Because I could have sworn he had the lightsabers we got while we were in California, like on my dad's trip, but that might have been too late. But either way, yeah, he was literally just wearing a bathrobe.
Yeah. And I went as Luna Lovegood, and I had the glasses and the quibbler, and I had thrifted a bunch of other things that I thought she would wear. And our friend
Boo.
I don't know who Boo was. I was not gonna get that. So my great aunt dressed her up and made her into a witch.
Oh and, yes, I do remember the fake nose.
Warts and stuff. And she was really horrifying looking. Like in a good way.
Yeah.
For a costume.
A win.
And then I remember we went out trick or treating, and I remember I just feel like I remember one house we went to. Well, because the street nearby is like known for going all out for like Halloween and Christmas.
Quick interjection.
Yeah.
Is this place that we would have met up at? Is it the place that's close to where I currently am?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because in my head, or no?
How close? Not like right close.
Oh, because it's not like near the neighborhood where you grew up.
No.
Never mind that.
No, but in that general area. But
okay,
not that
gotcha.
Although that's where I did all my trick or treating growing up, and it was sublime. Loved it.
Lovely.
Anyways, I just remember going up to that road that has all the decorations and stuff, and yeah, we were too old to be trick or treating, and someone commented on that.
Yeah,
that's all I remember.
Yeah, I don't know, like if it's in our best interest to leave it up to like a poll of the audience, to determine, but. It was a tough one because we go out. We're just hoping to have a nice time, and for the most part, people were fine. It was the reason why we win in this argument is because it's not like we knocked on Mr. and Mrs. Claus's house and they opened the door and thought, "Oh, you guys are a little old," and politely told us to leave and go home. No. These people were definitely intoxicated. Like, we could see what was going on inside. Yeah. Like, they were having a Halloween party of their own. And, like, I feel like a guy, from my memory, a guy answered the door, was confused by our presence.
Yeah.
Some woman then came up and was like, "Aren't you guys a little old to be out trick-or-treating?" And it was just like, this is a hostile environment. I don't even remember if we got anything.
I think we just left.
Yeah, I think we just walked away. I remember I was like very angry about it, and you guys were trying to like calm me down.
It sucked. That's all I remember. I think I blacked everything out.
Like I wanted to go back and yell at them.
Yeah.
That's how upset I was. And you guys were like, no.
Yeah.
My eyes were turning red. Now that is a tease for a future episode. Red eyes. Red rum.
Yeah, I just remember that being the worst.
Yeah. Another trick-or-treating story I had was the year I was Darth Vader. Finally old enough to have friends of my own, and they came and met at my place for us to then go out. This is an embarrassing story for me, kind of, because like I never got to the bottom of it, but I will always remember that Halloween as being the Halloween where instead of having a good time the whole time we were out trick-or-treating, it was like me and like 6 friends. I was thinking the whole time, do I smell right now? Like
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. And I remember it vividly. I remember thinking, something does not smell good right now. And like I was like, is it me? But like we had already left, and so like I couldn't just go like check and see.
How old were you?
5th grade. I'm pretty sure this was 5th grade. And I was just like, do I smell?
Was it you?
I don't like. I literally can't. I can't say because I don't know. But I had this quick segue. Is at work this week. Randomly in the middle, like in the afternoon, this smell hit me at my desk, and I was like, and I kind of went into like this panic. Not necessarily. I was, of course, part of the thought was, is this me? But like, and there were a lot of people around my desk, and because it was like a little like right around lunchtime, so like there was socializing going on. I was like, wow, this doesn't smell great. It wasn't terrible, but it was like, this doesn't smell good. I don't want all these people around me to like also smell it and be like, that guy smells. And we never got to the bottom of it, but I got to feel better because I left for a meeting, and I like went to a different area of the office, and like it smelled totally fine there. And I was like, okay, so it's not me, it's not following me. And then when I went back, it still smelled, and then by then everyone in like our little space was talking about like how it smelled. By the next day, it was gone. But
interesting.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
But thinking you smell or knowing you smell is the word. I did that one time. I think it was 7th grade, I realized that about like 10 minutes into, maybe not even 10, 5 minutes into class, and we were watching a movie or like some sort of thing on like a projector, that I had stepped in dog poop.
No.
And so like it smelled so bad in my area, but of course, like being me, I was overthinking the aspect of standing up and leaving class.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I don't want to disrupt the class or upset the teacher, so I'm just going to sit here with dog poop on my shoe and let everyone else suffer.
That's tough.
So, was there dog poop maybe on my Darth Vader costume? I don't know. Well, all I know is I didn't have nearly as good a time as all my friends did because I was riddled with fear that I smelled horrible.
That's tough. And then you just have to like walk with your arms down. And
yeah. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
So, that was a tough one.
I forgot deodorant like recently, like within the last couple weeks on a trip.
Okay.
And I was sitting there, and it wasn't that I noticed that I didn't like that I smelled, but I was just like reflecting on the day, and I was like, oh, I didn't put on deodorant this morning. I definitely forgot. So I scooted my chair back. This is fine to do, but
okay.
Autopilot's on. We're in cruise.
Thank goodness.
And I said, oh, Captain, can your aircraft for a minute? And I went back and I got some deodorant because I was like, I can't sit here for the next 13 hours. And no, I gotta fix it now. So, happens to the best of us.
Wow. That's good to know.
Yeah.
New motto, pilots stink.
I have one more trick-or-treating story.
Yeah.
And I don't think my dad listens to this pod very much, but if he does, we'll see.
Yeah. We're not going to have him on if he doesn't.
I think it's been a while since he's tuned in.
Okay.
My mom will listen.
Good.
I remember at some point we had friends over. I think maybe it was the time that I was in like junior high. I'm not sure. But we had gone out trick-or-treating. I think there were a lot of trails in this neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like on the streets for most of it. And then instead of walking back the way we came, we took a shortcut through the trails.
Uh-oh.
But my parents were with us, so I don't know. And people were freaking out that, me and the other young girls were like, oh my goodness, what if there's bears or something, or cougars? And my dad said, it's not the animals you have to be scared of, it's the people.
Yeah.
And I think that
stuck with you for life.
The root cause of all my anxiety.
Right. Yeah.
I doubt he remembers ever saying it, but that has stayed with me forever.
Kind of right, though.
So right. So terrifying.
That is just a horrifying line.
Oh.
That's a one-liner for all history. Wow. Not the animals. The people. That could be in a horror movie. Like a trailer.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like a zoom in on like a grizzled version of your father
Well,
like a
he's not
scar. What? No, I know he's kind of like the old timey guy though, who like.
Oh, it's telling the
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
Do you think
the
he'll like knowing
animals.
that you called him old timey?
Oh no, he's like an old timey. Like I'm picturing the guy from Jaws right now, like the guy who's like, what?
Never seen it. I don't.
Okay.
Is he a
Not the
sailor?
guy who, yeah, he's a sailor. Yeah, of course. In Jaws? Yeah, no, he's an airline pilot. I apologize. Anyways, there's a guy who says, we're going to need a bigger boat, the classic line. And he says it to a grizzly. The guy who I'm referencing, picture right here. But yeah, that is a scary line.
He says we're going to need a bigger boat.
No, we can move off to Jaws.
I'm picturing Meg. Isn't that?
Oh.
Isn't that like with a giant
shark?
Yeah. And it's Blake Lively. Is it Blake Lively?
No, she's in another shark movie though.
Soul Surfer.
No, I don't think so. No, because Blake Lively ends up on like one of those buoys.
Okay.
The red
and that's
things.
not Meg.
No. Meg is a Jason Statham movie where I feel like I kind of look like Jason Statham in this outfit.
I don't know.
Like not like Jason Statham because I have more hair.
Because you look like a sailor. You mean?
No, he's not a sailor. No, in a lot of movies he wears a suit though. So I guess I could compare myself to anyone who wears a suit. What?
What does he play? What else does he play?
Just a lot of action guys. Jason Statham's just a big action guy. Audience, can we get a title for the Blake Lively shark movie? Okay, she's on it. This is very helpful. His soul. That's good. This is Soul Surfer is the one with the person with one arm, right?
Yes. And the bite out of the surfboard.
Right, but that's not Blake Lively. The Shallows. Shallows is Blake Lively. Yes.
Meg's a shark movie, though, right?
Meg is a shark movie. Meg 2 is also a shark movie. And then I think there's Meg 3, like The Trench. And then, like, three Megalodons come out.
Oh, it's Meg from Megalodon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just assumed that the girl's name was Meg. Megan. No. Okay.
No, it's just a Megalodon is attacking them in each movie.
Interesting.
It's kind of interesting.
You just remove yourself from
just avoid the Megalodon. Yeah.
Go to the Midwest.
You would think. No, they go out there and hunt it.
Wow.
Like, basically.
That's stupid.
Rainn Wilson's in it. I think he gets eaten.
Less stupid.
Spoiler. You said you had another trick-or-treating.
That was it.
Oh, right. the line. Well, I have another one from when I was pretty young. We were out with my family, and there was this one house, and they had like this holographic, creepy killer man who could like move across their lawn because it was literally just like a hologram, like, so it was just the way the light was hitting the fog. Whoa. So they had like a fog machine, and then they shot a projector on the fog, so it looked like this guy was basically coming after you.
Horrifying, but that's kind of cool.
It was horrifying. Like, I cried, and like I refused to go back to that house for like the next few years.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
very disturbing.
What kind of Halloween decorations did you guys have growing up? Do you have any?
Decorations wise, pumpkins, like jack-o'-lanterns, but we didn't really go too hard on the decor aspect. Yeah.
I would like cut out like pumpkins, like make my own, and like tape them to the front door.
Oh, that's nice.
I always wanted those jelly ones, those gel that you.
I don't know about those.
You like take them off the. Well, it's like a sticker. It's gel.
Okay.
And you like put it on your window or something. You know.
I can't say I do.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, I always wanted those. I don't recall having those. I just remember like making my own, and of course jack-o'-lanterns, and maybe sometimes, spider webs.
Oh.
And actually, no, this one's funny. Well, I guess we did have some.
A lot of decor.
We had this like pole, like how my front yard has a pole there.
Yes.
Like to hold up. I don't know. But my mom thought this was hilarious. It was a witch that had run into the pole, so you like strap it around and it's just like the half of it, and it like ran.
That is funny.
It was good.
That's good.
That was a really fun one.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's all.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely didn't do decor.
No, none of the blow up stuff or like.
Yeah, no, we saved that for Christmas.
Yeah, did you have stuff for Christmas?
Yep, that'll be on another episode. Thanks. Maybe you could actually do some assistance
I'm sure.
where Celia and I don't know what we're gonna be for Halloween.
This year?
Yep. Still haven't figured it out. Yep.
What are you into right now?
Right now, we're into. Could you just hold it up? Hold it up. Hold higher. No. Messing with the audience is what I just did right there. But if you have any ideas,
and for those of you who are learning the word,
right? If you want to type out in big font on your notes app ideas that we've talked about and then hold them up, I'll stall long enough for you to do that. Oh, that's all right. So things I know we've talked about for sure is me being Ryan Gosling from Blade Runner. And then her being Harrison Ford from Blade Runner. That was an idea I tossed out there. We talked about being like different versions of Snoopy. Oh. So like Red Baron Snoopy and other Snoopy. I wanted to be Ping Pong Snoopy.
I love Ping Pong Snoopy.
Yeah, he's great.
Talking about like the best Snoopy.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. So that's good. What else have we talked about? Okay. Oh, yes, Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Nice.
That's a good one. Okay, so here's the thing, because and we'll let the live audience tell me if I'm misquoting here, but I remember maybe a few months ago pitching an idea where the response from Celia was, "That's a great idea, but you keep picking ideas that are kind of weird where I want to look kind of cute." Oh. Like I fell into the trap of saying, totally fair, but... I ran into the trap of saying like, oh, why don't we both just be like trolls, or like something stupid like that. And then it's like, oh, well, that's not really, fun for Celia. So I had to dial it back a little bit. That's where like, a Kermit and Miss Piggy could be very fun and cute and adorable. Similar to what we did last year. Last year, she was Winnie the Pooh and I was Eeyore.
Okay, love that. Yeah. Also kind of fitting. I could see that.
What does that mean? What, you don't think I have the energy of a Tigger, for example? Okay. I did last night, let me tell you. Maybe Tigger just has panic attacks at all times.
I like Piggy, that's fun. I really do like the Snoopy and Woodstock. But I am...
Oh, Woodstock. That's what it wasn't two Snoopies.
I am biased because it's my favorite thing ever. So.
Right.
But that's really fun.
What about Charlie Brown and Lucy? I keep trying to kick a ball.
Nice.
You pull the ball away. Pretty easy.
Yeah. That could be good. I think that the new Apple TV Charlie Brown has like a couple extra minutes, like an extended cut or something.
Oh, I bet it's just the song playing over and over again.
Or either that or I just have erased this part from my memory, but I was watching it yesterday, of course. And the Halloween one.
I need to. We need to watch the Great Big Pumpkin.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
The Great Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's this part where they're like, all the kids are carving pumpkins, and they're like, oh, we need something to practice on to like sketch out what we're gonna do. So they have Charlie Brown turn around, and since he's bald, they just like make a sign on his head, and they say, "Oh, this look good."
Wow.
And I hadn't seen that before.
Huh. What does Snoopy do in that one? Like, what's his side quest?
I think he like pretends to fight in the war. Like,
that is the Red Baron one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in Thanksgiving, he obviously helps set up Thanksgiving.
Do all sorts of things.
He like does the toast.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. And he's making the popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think he dresses up as a pilgrim.
Yes. Yeah, yes. Yes. So. That's pretty good. I think I mean I like all those ideas.
Do you know what any of your friends are going as? Are they doing anything?
Well, at work we're dressing up as like we dress up by division, and so we're dressing up as Shrek characters.
Oh, which one are you?
Me, Richard Gere, and another person are dressing up as the Three Pigs.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna wear like a pink shirt
pigs in blanket?
A nose. Richard Gere ordered the nose, nice. And then they wear hats apparently. So we're gonna just try and match their hats, and then do like a fun 3-man pyramid.
That's gonna topple over.
We're really excited. So the funny thing is, the idea for the costume got put out like 3 weeks ago, and then a sign-up sheet was made for like who's gonna be what character, and without consulting, because the third pig is a new guy that just started this last Monday or last Tuesday, yeah. And so we just said we literally wrote his name down. We're like, because in our minds we were like, he'll appreciate, rather than him starting and then having to pick his own costume, it might be easiest if it's just like, hey, you're in our group, we'll figure it out. It's pretty simple.
What's your other friend going as?
I think Shrek.
Wow.
Yeah, because like she kind of headed the whole thing for like getting like the costumes organized and whatnot. So I think no one else was gonna do it, so someone had to.
There you go.
Yeah. So
that's good.
Mm-hmm. That'll be exciting.
Yeah.
But that is kind of funny though, because I'm gonna have to dress for that to go to work and then come home, and because that is on Halloween day this coming week, so then whatever Celia and I end up doing, swap into that.
Do you think Celia will be dressing up at work?
I doubt
Unclear. I've seen pilots previously have dressed up with like dark glasses and a cane.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. I was about to say that she should dress up as an OSHA employee.
Yeah. That's funny. That's good.
If a pilot did that though, I might panic.
Yeah.
Like, ha ha ha, oh, please tell me you can read this. Yeah. Please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, I think I talked about this, or maybe I just told you and not the pod, but I'll be traveling this coming December.
Right, yeah.
In a probably not, but potentially snowy scenario. Mm-hmm. And it was brought to my decision-making prowess today of whether or not Professor Snowflake and I should just get hotel accommodations to limit how much driving has to take place if it is snowing. And apparently there's a Ritz down there.
Wow.
Ritz-Carlton.
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
You gonna say that?
A night at the Ritz. Probably not, because he sent me how expensive it is.
How much is it?
It's pretty expensive. Although he didn't give me the details of what he was looking at. He said it was $420. I assume for a night. But if that's the penthouse suite, great.
Right.
I will do that. I will spend that. If it's per person, I'll still spend that on a penthouse suite.
Yeah.
You know?
But
I'm big on spending a lot of money at hotels that I'm only in for a very short period of time.
See, that just bothers me because check-in's like 4 p.m. or later.
So you're never there that long. It is kind of a scam.
It bothers me.
That's why I always, if I'm going to spend a lot of money for a hotel, I want to make sure I'm there for at least 2 days. Yeah. So I get like what feels like at least one full day.
Yeah.
But alas.
If I end up in that city at that same time,
oh my goodness,
would we hang out?
Yeah, I think we'd have to. That'd be so fun.
It'd be pretty crazy.
That'd be great.
Yeah. I'm not going to like try and make that happen, but if
I will.
That would be
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, it's over my birthday, basically. Almost. Really close to it.
I guess. It's double digits. It's double digits. Okay. You're a single digit birthday.
Yeah,
barely. So. On to we have one more item, right?
Miscellaneous.
Oh, miscellaneous fun fact was just the panic attack story.
Oh.
So I made you write that down. Sorry, the last.
Best candies.
Best candies. A very happy tone to end the podcast on.
I have a lot of thoughts, but this is not very.
Can you give me? Can you? Can you give me your favorite candies like when you were younger versus maybe candies you enjoy now?
Yeah.
That's gonna play so poorly into that microphone. People are gonna be driving off the road. We're under fire.
I think growing up I liked a Tootsie Roll.
Wow. That's so funny you say that, because isn't that true? Kids are exposed to Tootsie Rolls far more than adults are.
I don't know the last time I've had a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, and I don't want one.
No. Not seeking it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it Tootsie
Roll. But as a kid, Tootsie Rolls were crazy.
I'm definitely and still more of a chocolate rather than like a fruity or sour.
Sure.
Now I would gravitate towards a Reese's cup.
Reese's cups are
but
really
specifically
good.
Either a miniature.
Minis are so good.
Minis are so good. Or like the fun themed, like a pumpkin shaped one.
Yes. Yeah. Or an egg. An Easter egg.
An egg.
Ooh.
A tree.
Yes.
I'm not interested, and I probably would rather just not eat like a normal one.
Yeah. I don't know why they taste better, but they do.
Yeah. What about you?
I mean, yeah, Tootsie Roll thing was right on the money. Was really into Crunch bars as a kid. Like would get Crunch and Bunch of Crunch at the movies.
Bunch of
Crunch. But don't really eat those now very often. I also was huge into. I had a Snickers phase that I've grown out of. Yeah. I think the Milky Way is the greatest candy bar ever.
Currently, you think that?
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever had
I will never go back on that. Wow, next episode, live taste test of the Milky Way.
What's in there?
It's like a caramel. Oh, no nougat. It's like a caramel chocolate blend. Huh. Yeah. But I think the Milky Way is such an underrated candy bar specifically. There's always the Minis dark chocolate Milky Way. Ooh.
Yeah?
You can get me with that.
Okay.
Yep. And but I was, like I said, I had a Snickers bar phase, and I think part of growing out of that was realizing how much I liked Milky Way. But another part was I bought a king-size Snickers bar one time at a gas station near my home. And why are you already laughing? And we had, me, my brother, and a friend of mine had ridden our bikes to that gas station. We all bought whatever we wanted. I bought a king-size Snickers bar, and then I put it in my kangaroo pouch of my sweatshirt. And then
how old are you?
Probably, this would have been like, I feel like 6th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's younger than I was picturing.
Yeah. But no, and then we rode our bikes back to the friend's house because he lived really close to me. And we, as we were riding, we passed this group of kids who at the time, it's so funny how time changes, perspective changes, because they were probably the same age as my brother who was riding with us. But they started yelling things at us and like harassing us, and I was scared. I was like, they're gonna beat us up and kill us. Whereas like if I saw them now, yeah. But no, if I saw them now, I'd be like, they were probably 5'5", like still growing, voices not deepened, things like that. So they probably weren't that scary, but I was scared, and so we like had to book it. Like as fast as we could to get back to the house, and then we got his dad, and we did the wrong decision, which was we should have just gone inside because we were on bikes, they were walking, so we rode and then got inside. We should have stayed inside. Said we told his dad, and then he went out front, and by then they had walked into the neighborhood, so then they knew where he lived technically. But again, they were young kids, so they weren't going to do anything. But anyways, the dad yelled at them, and then they were like, "We didn't do anything."
I wonder what he said. Be nicer to my son.
Probably. And then, anyways, you might be thinking, how did this story have anything to do with what you guys have been talking about? My king-size Snicker bar slipped out of my kangaroo pouch.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's good. I figured.
Yeah, and so I never got it, and I blame those kids.
What?
Yeah.
They probably ate it.
They probably did. They probably were eating it as the dad was talking to them. You be nice to my son. They're like, what do you mean? You want your Snickers bar? Yeah. I was so scared though. I made the dad drive me and my brother home. Wow. And it's like a 5-minute bike ride, 2-minute drive. That's how far away the houses were.
Wow.
And the kids scared me that bad.
That's too bad.
I'm a flight or flight kind of guy. Yeah. So anyways, we made through our checklist.
That's it.
This felt very Halloween-y. We
very spooky.
Tackled a lot of spooky topics.
I would say, listeners, please write in. Tell us your favorite costume, favorite candy.
And Mike, where can they email us at?
At MikeandSullypod@gmail.com. And the "and" is spelled out. It's not an ampersand. So well please email us. When's the last time we received an email?
Ooh, months. Season 2.
That's so sad.
Early season 2. For sure.
Yeah, it's starting to hurt our feelings.
It really is.
So.
And I'm sure it's starting to annoy you guys that we talk about it.
We'll stop bringing it up once you email.
But here's the thing. Remember to also check out our YouTube shorts.
Right.
Also, Mike and Sully pod on YouTube. And those shorts are doing really well. It's way easier to reach an audience on there. Yeah. And it's still, our Spotify listeners are still doing great. Nice. Apple. Everything's looking good. And that's with zero publicity. Because I literally haven't posted anything.
Wow, really?
Since I haven't posted a single thing about our pod on like social media since early season 2. Because I started to lose followers. So I was like, no. I'm just going to let this be. So and then it turns out the same people that would have listened to it anyway are still listening to it. So maybe y'all come back. Yeah, I might repost them every once in a while.
Like maybe for this one.
Because
it's fun and spooky.
Yeah. I will hop back on the Instagram grind just for that.
Nice.
Yep.
Love it.
All right.
Well, there you have it.
Well, thank you for joining us. It was a great time and a lovely fireside chat.
Ambiance.
Yeah, that we all had. So stay spooky, stay safe, brush your teeth and floss after the candy eating, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.